Good morning, we're back. I had a day off yesterday. That didn't mean it was a day off working on the bike. I had some other bits and bobs to do, so I could only manage a couple of hours on the bike yesterday, so I didn't bother filming anything. That's not to say I didn't make any progress. The manifold now is one piece with metal base plates that bolt up perfectly to the cylinder head. Just needs a lot of finishing up, cleaning up, probably some holes filling in and what have you that I discover as I clean stuff up, etc., etc. But there you go. Oh, what episode are we? What episode are we? View channel. Videos. Bloody hell, 28. 28. See, even well, I've got short-term memory problems, so I always forget what we're on, but 28. But I think it's going to be today or tomorrow we're going to be doing the first fire. I need to get the manifold finished, make sure there's no loose bits of debris or slag inside it. Need to make sure, well, I don't need to make it look pretty, but I want to make it look a bit prettier because it looks a cunt. I need to make some sort of gaskets for it as well. I've got foot pegs to put back on, foot controls to put back on, clutch cable to just remount again. Mount manifold and carburetor. Oiling it, first fire. So if I can get some stuff done today, if I can get cracked on, maybe today, but it all depends how much work this manifold's going to take to finish. I bought myself one of these carbide doodads in the hope that that's going to help me clean some shit up a bit easier, to get into little bits that you can't get in with the grinder and stuff, obviously. Hopefully that'll work. Yeah, so there's no left to do really but to do it. So I'm going to go and have a brew and then we'll get out there. What I'll do is I'll probably do a time lapse over the I'll show you the manifold. We'll do a bit of that. Then I'll probably do a time lapse as I'm working on it, because I might have figured out how to add a bit of music over it so it's not just boring and silent. Shed's a little bit more untidy than normal. Still got my note on to remind me not to try and start it. Oil all's down there in that 5 litre container. I got some 2050 classic oil with some high zinc content as recommended by my mate Richard. He run it in his old bike, and if he says it's good, then it's good. What you're all here to see is this monstrosity. I call him Frankenstein, obviously. Right, now I made this, if you remember originally, I was going to hard mount it like this. Then I adapted my design to run with the rubber mounting boots, these things, which meant I had to do all sorts of buggering. Anyway, that was all good until I removed it, and then I noticed there was a bit of wear to them boots and I didn't want to risk running them again. So I tried to use the other boots, it wouldn't bloody work. Lovely jubbly, who cares? Anywho, so I decided I was going to do this. Now, was it episode 27? I went inside, edited video, I posted it, and then I thought, I'm coming out and I'm going to do some of this. So what I actually did was, I'd done one side, but like an absolute dickhead, I only did one side. I did it off the bike, and then I didn't. I should have done I should have done it like I've done now, basically, but didn't. So when it come to it, it didn't fit. This pipe wouldn't line up where I wanted it to go, and so I had to do some extra cuts, cut off what I'd already welded on. Then I used the old wanky engine as a test jig, and I built it on here. Now it's not perfect. It was never going to be perfect, let's be honest. And I've still got to clean it up. This isn't final finished. Yeah, them welds still need cleaning up. There might be a bit more touching up of the welding needing to be done as well, but single carb intake manifold thing for about 15-20 pounds. I mean, yeah, if it works, it works. So what I'm going to do is set you lot up somewhere for a time lapse, and then I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to to get my drill and my bit, and I'm going to clean up some of these welds and what have you, and yeah, and we'll see. And hopefully it should be back to a bit of music for you. Right, that should have worked out for you. Hopefully you had some music over that and all, but as you can see, I had to go back over and redo a few welds, obviously, because of reasons. Yeah, clean it up and shit welds just ping out and leave holes. Slag gets removed, shows you holes, things like that, but yeah. And before anybody complains about that's not equal runner length, yeah, I know. I did that for volumetric efficiency and for scavenging from one cylinder to the other, and no, I didn't. I lied. I made all that up. I read that somewhere. That's just how it turned out. Right, yeah, as you see, wrong welder and stuff, but yeah, even with that, you can knock up some shit. And it is shit, you know what I mean? People saying, oh, well done. It's crap. Yeah, it is crap. But if it's functional, then that'll do me. Oh, I've gone over it again with the welder and again with the grinder. Found a few more holes, filled a few more holes, laid a bit more weld on things that looked a bit, yeah. Shined the torch all around all the welds and stuff, what have you. Found a few holes, filled the holes. Seems to be solid now. But I've got fucking sick of doing this cunt already. It might have to stay looking like a bastard, just so then we can speed up the testing the new engine problem. Well, issue. Like, well, you get me anyway. And you see, that's the problem with me when it comes to final finish. I'm the type of bloke that's like, fuck it, I'm gonna care. Don't care. As long as it works, I don't care. Yeah, I'm not all about pretty and that, you know what I mean? So, I wish I could do pretty welds, nice, beautiful welds, first time, and then minimal clean up. But I can't. I ain't gonna sit here and lie and say like I'm some master fabricator, because I ain't. Yeah, it is what it fucking is. It's a cheap alternative to buying one, which I couldn't afford at the time and still can't quite afford right now. They're not that expensive to buy the 3D printed ones. They're reasonably priced and what have you. But if I can get this to work, then I might as well use it, haven't I? So I'll let that cool down a bit, and then I'm gonna try and clean out any more slag out the inside and stuff, whatever. And then we're gonna test fit it on the actual engine, because well, I've had a couple of people pointing out that maybe it's too tall. I don't think it's too tall. I think it's exactly the same height as it was in the first place. But knowing my luck, it's too tall. So then we'll have to cut it, shorten it, and yeah. And this bloody thing's doing my head in. I've had to cut holes in it so then I can breathe out it, because otherwise it just fucking messes up the screen inside. Also, because the battery's cold, it keeps flickering on and off, flickering on and off, flickering on and off in between trying to see. You might have seen in the thing I kept stopping for a second and then fucking with my helmet, and yeah, it was all that. That was the reason, so. Getting there. We're getting there. No, that's not bolted on. That's just literally chucked into place for now. But it's actually lower than my originally one I made. So it's going to sit a bit lower, which was spot on, because it was a bit tight to the side of the tank with a carb attached on that side. So that should work out sweet with the little coupler I'm using. Oh, spot on. I mean, he looks a bastard, yes, I know. Don't worry about that part. But fucking spot on. Really, really happy with that. Success. Success. Like I say, as for its actual efficiency, how well it's going to do the job, I don't know. It looks as it looks, that's the way it is. I mean, I'm not going to get too fucking arsehole-ish about it. I mean, I'm going to clean it up a bit. I'm probably going to paint it black, so then you can't see it. And then you can't see how much of a twat it is. But I don't give a fuck. That is spot on for 15, 20 quid-ish. So that'll do me. Right, time for a fucking brew. Been in the house too long. Fuck me, forgot how cold it was out here. Right, fuck it. Yeah, bloody time lapse I did. That didn't have to kill the battery on my phone. It was full. Normally I can get a good bit of filming done and listen to some tunes in between and stuff, what have you. And it's like you don't run dead. But it fucking killed it, that did. Don't know why. Maybe it's using more memory. I don't know. It's doing something. But either way. But manifold's doing me head in now. I've decided I can't be asked to do no more on the manifold for now. I'm going to go and get the foot controls and stuff on. So the bars, pegs, gear shifter and the brake. Which is a fiddly ass bastard kind of a thing to do. I don't think you want to see me crawling around on the floor swearing. Which is pretty much how I've got to do that. It shouldn't take me too long. But if I get them bits buttoned up, then I can go find my funnel. I've got a funnel somewhere, and then we can put some oil in the bike. And then worst case scenario, if I don't finish the manifold to like a usable condition, we could always just squirt a bit of easy start down each barrel and see if it lights off. Although if it's been sat for a while, do I want to do that really? No. Do some lubrication for the cylinders, can I? And the old piston rings. It was, he did have the engine like dry stored, dry stored inside. And he had it still full of quite good oil actually, to be fair. It looks in good condition. So, yeah, but obviously them cylinders are going to have been dry. I'll think about that while I'm doing these foot controls and stuff. It's always something, isn't it? Right, the seams on the other engine, it doesn't have this stud for the side stand and my foot peg. Ah, bollocks. So now we have to extract this stud. So what we're going to want to do is get two nuts, wind them on, lock them off against each other, and then see if we can wind that out. Please don't break. I'll bring you back when I'm done. We'll see how successful I was. Next problem. Some numpty forgot you can't get the side stand on when you've got it on your bike lift. There's not a milk crate and a bit of scaffold board and a couple of bits of 2x2. There's no one here to help me lift or balance or slide anything. So what I'm going to do is probably be Dangerous Brian, see if I can lift it myself. Well, I can lift it, but see if I can lift it myself and then get and kick everything from under it. Maybe. Hopefully. We'll see. Alright, so it's about time to go in and have my medication and stuff. So stop me murdering people. Yep. Foot pegs, gear selector, side stand, off my bike lift. Brake light, brake pedal, doodahs, lovely, sorted. All we literally have to do now is put oil in her, seat on her. I mean, there's other stuff to finish the bike. I mean, to start it and run it. Well, we don't need a seat on it to start it. Yeah, the few test fires, we should leave that off actually, because I want to run it for a while, turn it off for a while, run it for a while, turn it off for a while, get a few heat cycles through it before I actually try and test drive it down the road. So that's a good thing. That's a good point. All right, yeah. So basically, we're left with manifold to finish, which I was just matching the ports. Yeah, I'm going to leave it looking ugly for now. I don't care. I did a vape test through it, blue vape in it, no fucking leaks. I'll do it again later. I'll do it on camera and show you. yeah, when I come back out, I need to go to my other shed. I need to get my funnel for the oil. And let's get this thing topped up with some oil. Oh, we're so close, people. So close. Right, I've only got about an hour before I've got to go and get the wife. Well, before I've got to get sorted out, and then go get the wife. I don't know if I'll carry the video on after that or not, but plan is oil in it, take the plugs out, turn it over a little on the starter, then I'm going to compression test it and spark test it at the same time. Just because I just want to see, and obviously I want to be dead sure that this is all going to work. I don't want it to fuck up. Oh yeah, I'm going to go and give it a 360-degree rotation by hand as well before I put any oil in it. No, put a little bit of oil in it, then do that. Just to make sure that they ain't not going to catch note with that stator and flywheel change we've done. I cannot find my funnel. I was sure it was in the other shed and I've just ripped it apart, and so I must have already brought it in here. I won't bore you with that. I'll find it and then we'll get some oil in it. I'll get it cranked over and then we'll probably see about compression testing it. Right, so like a toss pot, I'd already forgot to fit the coils, so I've just fitted them. I'm just humming and ahhing about whether I've got them plugs the right way around. I'm sure the yellow one went that side and the white one went this side, if I remember rightly, but I'm probably wrong. But yeah, they're through now. Not that I need them right in a minute, I just noticed that I hadn't fitted them. So I want to pull these plugs out. I'm going to continue filling the oil because that's still going. Oh yeah, quick tip, if you can't find your funnel, why don't you find an old unused set of air horns and then use a pipe car and just cut the cunting thing off. There you go, funnel tucked behind the clutch cable. Bob's your mum's brother. I don't know where the fuck my funnel is. I've searched both sheds. Yeah, it'll turn up tomorrow when I don't need it again. But yeah, I need to go down, check the level on the doodah. It's going to be on, oh yeah, hang on. It's going to be on the fucking cock, innit? Because, oh, right, really, you need a centre stand to do this correctly. Or you need somebody to sit on your bike to hold it upright while you're doing it. What I'm going to do is measure about 2.5 litres-ish and put that much in it. I think it takes 2.8. Or is it 3.6? I'm gonna have to check my book. Either way, but there's enough in it now where I can attempt to pop that middle bit out that cover there and give it a rotation and see whether everything's all lovely jubbly. So I'm gonna do that now. All right, well that's good to know. The spark plugs that was in it were the correct spark plugs, and they were a dark tan, sort of leaning towards blackish, so running slightly rich on this before, so that should mean the engine should be quite healthy, because running a bit rich is better than running a bit lean, so that's a good sign. What else did I want to bloody say? There was something else I wanted to say. Oh yeah, I remember. We can remove this now because it's got oil in it. That was my little note, so I didn't destroy it. So what we're going to do now is go for a rotation, see what happens. If that's all good, continue filling the oil up, then get out the jump battery and the jump leads, get the key out of the house, and we'll do a compression test on both cylinders just to be sure. Whilst we're doing a compression test, we'll test for spark as well. Yeah, It's just the manifold then. Manifold and carb to fit. Manifold's over there. I just need to finish doing that port matching. Clean it out, make sure it's all good. And then fit it, obviously. Oh, gaskets. Yeah, I ain't sorted gaskets yet, so I might just smush some gasket sealer around that. Some high temp stuff. Just to get it running like. At that point, after I've moved that fuel filter and stuff and what have you, because there's another fuel filter down there and all that's right near the exhaust. Yeah, after all that, we should be ready to run it. But, I mean, oh shit bollocks, tripped over me fucking engine lift, my bike lift. Yeah, anyway, yeah, I'm not going to be able to do it in the hour that we've got now. So what I'm going to do is do what I can now, and then I'll come back to it after I pick the wife up. I'll come back out and we'll finish the video. We will get it fired this evening, 100%. Well, we will attempt to start it this evening. Yeah, I won't guarantee it's going to run because it might not. Yeah, and then we'll see what happens from there. Right, see if it cranks over by hand. Alright, little issue with that. That one appears to be plastic. And I'm sure the one on that engine was metal. But my big screwdriver's just bastardising it. It's not undoing it, it's just making a mess of it. Shitter. Right, we'll just have to risk it for the biscuit when we come to do a compression test and hope that nothing clatters about in there. Because Richard made a fair point and said all that we've done in there we're not sure is correct because, well, obviously I've converted it from twin to single. In theory everything should work. Everything mounted where you'd think should work. I think I'm good, but he's right to be cautious. Yeah, it's tough till it is. It's going to have to get a bump on the starter and hope everything's all right. Okay, fair enough. I've just remembered another bolt I ain't done up. Oh, the front bolt on that pegs mount thingy crash bar doodah. I'm going to go do that now. No, I lied. I did do it up. Must have forgot I'd done it up. At least that's better than forgetting to do it up. Forgetting that you already done it up. So, Brucey bonus. Alright, continue adding the oil. And then, yeah, let's bumper on the starter. I'll go get the key. All I'm using don't have like see-through gauge down the side. I'm not sure how much I put in. But it's halfway up on the glass when I held the bike upright and crouched down next to it. How much should it be full on that glass? Because there doesn't seem to be a mark to say full. Does it feel all... I'm going to have to go read my book. I'll read my book. That's what I'll do. That's my advice. If you're not sure on something, read your book. Right, I was getting excited and I was starting to try and mount my tank properly. Apart from it all being wobbed out of shape, which ain't great, the bolt holes here, nothing I've got fits them. Anything that goes in just pulls straight out or is too big. I think they're fucked, which isn't good. Yeah, but not a problem I'm going to tackle at the minute. Fuck it. I'm going to remount the CDI and stuff that I took off to try and do that. Yeah, fuck it. But it's coming to the point where I'm going to have to give up. And yeah, we'll be back later to do a compression test and fire her off. Right, the wife is at the school at the appointment with my daughter. Lachlan, my youngest son, he'll be back in about half an hour. That should give us just enough time to compression test this bike and check it for spark. So let's go do that. Right, bear in mind, this isn't a first start. We're going to attempt to see whether it's going to spark on both cylinders and whether it's going to get compression on both cylinders. That's the first time she's been on. So we're going to count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be enough for a compression check. And I'm going to do a quick spark check while I'm here. Spark on front cylinder. Spark on the rear cylinder. Sorry about the wicked fucking film in there. Lovely, let's see what compression we've got. About 120-ish on the front cylinder. Let's get the rear one looked at. Rear cylinder, about the same, 120-ish. Maybe slightly over, maybe slightly under. That'll do me. It's as near to the numbers he said. That'll do. Right, I am tempted to just squirt a bit of easy start straight into both cylinders and see if it cracks off. But easy start usually dries out cylinders. These cylinders have been sat for a while. I don't think that's a risk I want to take. So let me get finishing this manifold. Right, I might have to go in and sort the kid out and what have you for about half an hour now. But I promise I'll be back out, we'll get it finished. So I'm going to crack on now, get as much done as I can. Clean it up, make sure there's no slag coming out of it, make sure it's perfectly sealed. I want to get a run in today. Right, I know this ain't a definitive test, but that's just leaking back out of the hole there. Yeah, so does work. As you see, so it works as a smoke tester. Like I said, I've done it on cars and stuff before, so I don't know why I didn't think of it before with the old one to test it. It was actually the wife who reminded me. So there you go. But as you see, none of my welds were leaking. They may be fucking ugly, but they don't fucking leak. And that's good enough for me. So, right, I'm gonna have to go in the house because, well, it's time for the kids to be back soon. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go in there, I think I'm gonna make some temporary cardboard gaskets, but I'm gonna coat them either side in iTemp gasket sealant. Obviously this is a temporary measure until I figure out a better idea. I was maybe thinking of like cutting up a tin can, like a monster can or something, into sheets, and then cutting my gaskets out of that and maybe making like a multi-layered couple of pieces to it so it's got something to squish. Maybe that'll hold up longer in the long run, I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to take one of the rubber boots in the house with me, and I'm going to use that as a template to make another one. We'll see how that goes. But I say, the kid will be back in a minute, so I've got to go in again. But I'm getting these done, so then when I come back out, literally all we have to do now, bolt this on, bang that on, carb goes on this end. It's already still plumbed up, it's already still got a throttle cable connected. We should be ready to go. So, we shall see. I'll get you mounted up somewhere when it comes to doing that, and yeah, so you can get a proper view. And we'll see. We will see. Right, 2 gaskets made. That's one side with the gasket sealer, heat resistant stuff just drying, and then I want to flip them and do the other side. But yeah, I got messy doing that. Not fucking best pleased about that, but never mind. Yeah, I'm going to give the manifold another quick once over just to make sure that I'm 100% happy that there's no bits of slag or anything on the inside. Then we're going to get to fitting it. I'm going to bring some tunes on while I just do that, and we'll bring you lot back once I've got the manifold. Well, we'll bring it back when I'm coming to fit the manifold. Ugly bastard, but hopefully functional manifold. Fitted. Lovely. What I did was I took cardboard from a cereal packet and then I peeled the shiny side off, made my template, and then I smeared high temp gasket sealer on both sides of it, and that's my gasket for now. Temporary. Right, you can see the carbs literally just hanging there, and the rubber boots there. I've just got to find where the other Jubilee clip is for it. We should be ready to try this out. Well, it's ready. Not gonna lie and say that I'm not nervous. I'm incredibly nervous. I think we're all good for a first start. Let's get you up on the camera mount somewhere. Let's try this out. Fingers crossed. Do we go choke? No choke? Do we just... Oh. So choke. Touch nothing else, just the start button. Don't want to cook the starter motor. She sounds like she wants to go. Well, not quite. Maybe too much fuel. Huh. Definitely smells like we've got fuel. And we had spark earlier. Just turning over well. Let's just see if it just needs a bit of... No, I've already started cranking on that like I shouldn't have done. Let me check my carb settings. Let's try this again. Alright. Let's go with a better cheaty start. Let's see if this helps. I'm not going to do much of it. Okay, so fire straight up like that. Alright, well that's a good sign. It wasn't a good sign that it just revved straight to the moon, but it fired straight up. Let me go through and check, make sure I've not got something wrong here, fuel related, because, oh yeah, you're up there. Yeah, let me just check that. Well, when I tried it again, and that's got a big backfire out the manifold. It did run again and start up, but just cut straight out. Oh, is this manifold dog shit? Oh, I wasted my fucking time and should have just bought 3D printed one. Is my carb set up still way out? 25 pilot, 150 main. I don't know. I mean, it popped off, so I'm happy about that. But I was hoping it was gonna run. Bollocks. Oh well, manifold's dog shit. Keep looking. Yep, it's sucking air pro. Bollocks. Well, I guess that's that then. Fuck's sake. Well, it will run. This engine will anyway. That manifold, it's the new additions that are leaking. It's because I'd used the wrong shit to do everything with, and I know that, but I was trying not to spend money. Fuck it. I'm gonna have to buy a 3D printed manifold. Only problem with that is I can't do note about that till the end of the fucking month because I'm absolutely Keith Flint. Yeah, if you remember rightly, I couldn't afford to buy this engine, so yeah. Now I've got to go in and have this conversation with the wife. Now I've got to try and word it in such a way that she understands that the engine itself is absolutely fine, and everything else with the other engine is cream crackers. I've got the compression numbers to confirm that, and that the only issue now is what I've added to this now. And I mean, I could take it off again and I can try redo it, but how many times am I going to do that? How long is that going to take? I don't know. I've got something else on tomorrow, and also I can't get on to doing any welding on that even if I wanted to. So I guess that's put the nail in the coffin for that manifold then. What a load of balls. Yeah, but as I always say, it is what it is. We'll have to figure it out. Big floppy donkey dick, that's all I've got to say about this. No other words. No other words. But, like I say, it's my shit fabrication that's stopping us at the minute, which I suppose is a good thing. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing and all that bollocks. I don't know how long it's going to take to get a manifold sorted and that, but you know me, I won't fuck ass about. I'll get stuff sorted as soon as possible because I need to ride this bike. I've had it months and I've not even ridden it. Yeah. Anyway, till next time. Cheers.